Yeah. So basically, ain't no more using me to further yourself. Nobody. There's no more using me to further yourself. That's the point. So all you leeches that are trying to leech, be a parasite now. So now you got one life to live, and we're gonna see what you gonna do it to it up until your death. I go for men, women, children, family, friends, enemies, whoever. We're gonna see what everybody gonna do with their life until their death. But now you got your own stuff to answer to. No more using me as your excuse for anything else. I belong to me and me alone, and only those that are real. So those of you that are stuck, that are doing what you were doing and doing like that, remember, you claim y'all follow God. You claim your life is good. You claim everything is okay. You claim you like comparisons. You like this, you like that. You follow the dead. You follow the living. Well, let's see what you do. Minus the one that you can't use no more. So you can yap and talk all day about me, but that's only an illusion. I don't exist because I'm not. Remember, I'm amongst the living, not the dead, and I'm enjoying my life. And whatever I do or don't do, there's no invites of those that know they're not invited. So, real people out there, well, of course, keep your head up, stay blessed, follow God, and remember, when you decide to break away, it's going to show in your face. It's going to show in your actions. It's going to show how you feel. It's going to show, and there's going to be a difference. And really, you me. All they can do is hate you more and talk more. But the thing is, remember, just like they elude things and have illusions, they can't talk themselves into belonging. That's the point. But remember, they never committed themselves to belong to you in the first place. Or the families, the fakers, and this and that. They didn't commit themselves into you. They committed themselves to an illusion to make it just to follow your life. They never could, right. It's like a phony marriage. They never committed themselves into you. And you were never committed to them. It was just fake or fraud, and that's the beauty of it. And when you realize that, you get to move on. Like the one, they can't stop you. Like I said, they're gonna hate you. They're gonna talk and tell them smear me all over the place. Remember, it's your smear that got you in trouble because now look, you can't make no connections now. All you can do is try to connect without the main connector. Like we say with the XLR, see the real deal, and that's the point. See, that's why us that really live the life that we want, y'all can't stop us. I can't do anything into us, right? And all this time, like I said, you didn't do it. And you didn't do nothing physically, you didn't do nothing emotionally, you didn't even do nothing spiritually. Because I'm still the same. You always remember that. So remember, let's just say illusions try to keep up with reality. They can't. Basically, they ain't nothing but familiar spirits walking around, trying to live in the real spirits of those that are really doing what we have to do. So familiar spirits already know their place. They know they can never come forth, and holograms know they can never defeat the originals. So a hologram does what? Talk all day about wanting to be the original. Talk all day about being the original. Talk all day just about the original. That's all they do. So you see that? That right there is satisfaction, and it took a long time to get this kind of satisfaction. But sooner or later, you start to get that satisfaction because you start to understand and say, you know what? I'm a life to someone else. So I'm a life to the dead. The dead recover, and you like, but at the same time, it's not official. It's not official things. So those that are living, let's keep living. My men, my woman, my children, you understand, right? Raise your children to live. Don't raise them dead. And so y'all know, and so people know what I mean when I say that. Other people got their dead definitions for what living means. That's why today they don't know who they are. They don't know what they're doing. They don't know why they're doing it. They don't know what to do. They don't know who to talk to. They don't know how to talk, and they all talk the same circle. And they just run around. And they think they can change. Oh, I'm gonna change this. I'm gonna change your belief in God. I'm gonna change your belief in life. I'm gonna change your belief in dead people or whatever. And you're like, you haven't been able to change that yet. I'm gonna change your belief if you're like, it's not gonna happen. So remember, when you dead, something is dead. And what does the dead do? The dead always try to hunt the living. and especially the Walking Dead that just walk around like this, you know. So there's really no worries. There is no worries. So, like Christ said, let the dead bury the dead. So just let them bury one another. And they burying each other. They're burying their children. They're burying their mothers. They're burying their fathers. They're burying their aunts, their uncles. They're burying their cousins. You notice though they're burying people just like they were buried. Like I said, most of them, that are dead, narcissists, whatever. They're just mad over past relationships. Somebody that buried them, and then they bury this one, and then and then right you have a mother bury her son because a man buried her, and different things like that, and that's basically just what it is. And then you'll have there's a lot of these females are trying to bury their brother because a man buried them. Then they'll try to bury their cousins because a man buried them. Then they'll try to bury the one that they're having sex with because they ain't doing nothing but burying each other. So let the dead bury the dead. Thank you, Christ, for that. And see, that's what I'm saying. So y'all listen. Quick break on the job to tell you, listen, those of y'all that really do love your kids, love your woman, love your man. But see, number one, love life. And if you didn't have something in life, love it, experience it. Don't try to experience it if you didn't. Have patience and experience it what you're supposed to. And just like I've always said, more than anything, this is a message to everybody. Once again, if you hate the messenger, just love the message and take it, and maybe God can help some of you. But those of you that are already getting the help of God, and you're praying constantly, and you're fishing constantly for what you want in life, continue to go for it. And we'll do this together. The real, not the ones stuck, not the ones that are hating on men and hating on women and hating on children, and they're just hating, and they can't, nothing is going right. They're always just making up excuses, and they always do not them. The real, and the real. So we get the real. We can do things together. With the real, we can go to lunch together. We can go to dinner together. We can eat together. We can pray together. Right. We get mad at each other and we'll get over it because we're having a real conversation. Now, right? And if we debate on something, you would hear me, I'd hear you, and that's how it is. And we hear one another. And that goes for man, woman, and children. You got children that listen more than some of these, poor excuses for men and women. And that's just reality. That's the point. So let's thank God we're not a part of the dead, we're a part of the living. And let's live our life living. Let's make love living. Let's make money living. When we fail sometimes, let's do that living so we can pass the next time. Let's do everything that we do living. And I'm only talking to the living. I'm talking to the dead that just hear it for the moment and they think, oh, yeah, living. Yeah, I know what I mean. The real out there. So right, so not the pretend livers that hear this and then, like I said, they think that they're living because they heard a message that sounds good. See, this message doesn't sound good. You're talking to someone that's living, someone that's been living. That's the point. Someone that gives life, not take away. Someone that gives success, not take away. Right. Someone that doesn't spend his life in time worrying about men and worrying about other women and worrying about this and worrying about other people's lives. Because I have a beautiful life very much on my own and with others in it because I love myself first. That's what you have to do. So you can't proclaim love yourself first. If you hate yourself, you have to love yourself. I see that's just a message that we put out there for those who really know. So remember, never hate yourself for these clowns or these damaged good harlots. Love yourself because remember, only you can give you what they can't give you. And right, so let's give each other real love. Let's give each other real patience. Let's give each other real conversations, real talk, real solutions, not the fake sarcasms and the fake insults and the things like that and the fakeness. Because that's just fake, and they just do that because they know. See, they know they can never go to the next level in life. So the fakeness, the sarcasms, the jokes, the this and that. That's just their way of staying back. Because remember, they don't want to go forward. Them cutting you off in conversations is just their way of staying stuck. Because remember, they don't want to go forward. Their way of trying to be around people is their way of staying stuck. Because remember, they don't want to go forward. Their way of connecting together and talking to each other and gathering each other against you it's their way because they don't want to go forward. Because when you stay stuck doing something, you can't go forward, right? Because remember, in order to get past the obstacle, you have to defeat the obstacle. And remember, we are the obstacles, and they can't defeat us with an army of people. They can't defeat us with our own biological blood. They can't defeat us with fake blood. They can't defeat us with this one. They can't defeat us with the streets. They can't defeat us with Hollywood. They can't defeat us with nothing. They can't defeat us on any level. So always remember that. That's why it's always best to go through something in life. Like they say, God chooses these things for His glory because, like I said, the stuff I speak, without God, I couldn't speak it because at some point or some turn, like I said, I'm dominant as a man, but at some point, some turn, I would have fell on my face. If I didn't go and pray to the Most High God, I could never be where I'm at right now. And that's why you think every time I speak about God to them same dead individuals, they have no idea where to go. They're like, God, look what God did to him. Look what God did for him. So see, they don't want to acknowledge God because they thought what they were doing on their very own. They thought, yeah, we're doing this, we're doing this, we're doing this. And they're looking like that. He can't be human. And I'm like, oh no, I'm definitely human. But I'm human and I know who I was from the get-go. And, like I said, God just ensured me and assured me and gave me a vehicle, meaning a sword to just chop every single individual. Right? Because see, remember, the dead don't have a sword. The dead are just looking and they're just familiar spirits and they're just like, okay, well, I think you like this, I think you don't like that, I think you look mad, I think this, I think that, I think. Let me speak about my past relationships because I don't want to speak about your, well, I think this, I think that. I just when I want to be here, or look what you're doing, you're twisting your hair, you're this and that, or you look mad, or you look like this, you look like him, you look like her. They don't know what to do. They so caught up in, they just caught up in deadness. That's like a vampire trying to convince you that you're a vampire. Or a Jezebel. You ladies trying to convince you you're a Jezebel. Or a narcissist or a sociopath or a psychopath trying to convince you that you're that when you know you're not that. So that's all they want to do. They want to convince you out of your skin. Let's see, we are in our skin. So be happy with who you are. Beautiful ladies out there. Find a man of your life. Beautiful men out there. Find a woman of your life. Take up the cross. Follow God. And remember, you love your children. Put them to bed on time. Make sure they listen to you. And like the Bible says, spare not the rod. When you love that kid, make sure he and she know that. All right? Because remember, God don't spare the rod to the ones that He love. So spare not the rod to the ones that you love. And don't let nobody throw you off course. Make sure y'all both on the same course. Make sure y'all both doing the same thing. And make sure you both have patience. Make sure you both have real understanding. And, make sure you're not coming in anything damaged. And if you are damaged, doesn't make you a narcissist, doesn't make you a Jezebel, doesn't make you a harlot, doesn't make you a pimp if you're a man. But if you're coming in damaged, just make sure that person knows. Because it could be damaged, still be a man or woman. Just make sure they know. Make sure y'all hold one another up. Make sure y'all heal each other through the power that God gives you. But of course, number one, make sure God heals you first. And make sure that, the family members that you're around, that they're really on your side. They're not just, treating you as merchandise, treating your daughter as merchandise, or treating your son just as merchandise, treating a baby, whatever. Make sure they really have love in their heart. Make sure when they hanging around you or want to be around you or want to do something, make sure they're doing it because it's genuine love. If you know it's not genuine love, them not the people for you. Just like Christ said, that's their crowd. You got a good one. Your crowd. And if they trying to deny Christ and trying to deny God, we already know the deal. Remember, it's not a big conversation on denying God. This is not Ilana Fixed My Life or Oprah Winfrey. Because remember, when they try to play the Oprah Winfrey role and Ilana Fixed My Life role, they're not mentioning Oprah and Ilana. They let brothers like myself mention that, and they try to play the role. But see, as always, like I said, again, Oprah and them, I don't agree with them at all. I don't even like them. But see, they get the results on what they do. Y'all do things and you never get no. You just spend. You circle around with the same exact thing. So even the evil elites get their way. But a familiar spirit can never get its way off an actual spirit. So thank God y'all are actual spirits. Always remember that. Just listen up, brothers and sisters. I love you. God loves you. Take it the cross. Stay working. Take care of your kids. Take care of everything that need to be taken care of. Peace and blessings.